Welcome to DeNami TV. The next card I'll be doing is a very elegant but simple card. I'm starting off with a white cardstock. Here I'm folding it in half. And then using the Versa Magic Sea Breeze pad, I'm going to take this ivy, or actually more of a vine stamp, just ink it up, and then create my own background. Notice I'm just stamping it from different angles, just so that it has a decorative look to it. And don't be afraid to stamp it off the page, because then it looks a lot more natural. I'm going to set this aside, and with my extra white panel, I'm going to cut off about 3/4 of an inch. Now with my little leafy sprig, I'll be using the same Sea Breeze pad. I'll just stamp that a little bit off the page here. Now with the glue pad, I'll be taking the same leafy sprig. I did clean it off in between the two pads. Just going to stamp around those existing leafy sprigs that I stamped earlier. And then with the glitter, just gonna sprinkle the Blue Ice Sparklets glitter over the glue pad portion. Just pour that back in the bottle. And then with this, I'll take a pearlescent paper. I'm just going to give it a little, about 1/8 of an inch margin. Actually, it goes this way. 1/8 of an inch margin. I'll notch it with my fingernail, and I'll trim off with a paper trimmer. And then with the pearlescent blue, I'll do the same thing. I'll leave about 1/8 of an inch. I'll notch it with my fingernail and trim off the excess. Then with my ATG gun, I'll apply the adhesive behind the white panel and attach it to the pearlescent panel. And then I will flip it over again. Apply the adhesive, and this time to the Blue Ice panel. And I'll just add one more strip here, and then attach it to the card itself. I'll take this 3D lacquer and apply it to the little leaves on the card that's on the vine. And any gaps that are there, I'm just going to add a little dot. Because even though you stamp it, there will be areas that have some space there. So I'm just going to add a couple of extra dots there. And what I like about this 3D lacquer is it has this extra fine needle tip. So it allows me to get to the detail of the design and even create these nice little dots. The 3D lacquer will stay exactly where I put it, which is nice. It won't spread. And you create the very nice dimensional look. So once again, I'm going to add those extra dots here. Now apply the Blue Ice glitter. It's a very sparkly card, but very subtle too. And those extra dots look like rhinestones. What I'll do next is I'll take the Versamagic Sea Breeze pad, I'll take my dotted circle, the largest of our nesting stamps, and put it on this extra white panel that I have. And I'll take this little branch or tree, you can use it as either, just stamp it in the middle of the design. And then with my large punch, I'll be punching this out. Notice that there's a white or a little window that allows me to center the design. Punch it out and then it slides out of the slot. This happens to be the 3-inch punch. Then I'm going to take the 3D lacquer, and as I did before, I'll just apply it right to the leaves. And it is fine enough where I can go inside the branch and the trunk. Like this. I'll sprinkle this blue ice. I'll use the foam tape, just tear off a little piece, apply it to the back of that panel, and delicately place it right in the middle of the card. You could apply it to attach it to the card first and then add your embellishments too. This next part I'm going to apply the ribbon. So I'm going to thread it in the center of the card right here, and then long enough to be able to tie a double knot. I call this the perfect bow because it ends up being a perfect bow every time I do it. And you just tie a double knot here. Don't worry about where the bow ends up because you can always slide it in place. And notice I'm using my finger just to hold the knot while I finish up securing it with a double knot. Now I'll take another piece and just fold it, kind of crisscross it so that there's 2 loops. And I'll cut it at an angle again. And then I'll just tie it right in the double knot. Every time I've gone to a show and I would demonstrate this, people are amazed at how nice it turns out, but they also feel like I'm cheating. But that's okay. You create a beautiful card and just slide it into position. It's a nice full bow. There you have it. The nice thing about these circle stamps is you can configure the card this way or this way. Lovely card it is.